Well, another wintry day. It was one below when I got up this morning. Sunny, but cold. And boy, a lot of people that got that ice. I'll take snow over ice any day, but I don't like cold either. Well, yesterday I talked about nerves. Today I'm going to talk about bread. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get with me. Kind of like a box of chocolates, I guess. So, yeah, I often I contemplate how bread is described in the Bible and used for different lessons, like in John 1. Oh, well, no, it'd be John. It's John 6:51 actually. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever. And the bread that I will give for the life of the world is my flesh. On that cross. And then in Exodus 16, I believe the story of how God supplied manna from heaven that came down. And that's probably why Jesus described it that way, bread that came down from heaven. Metaphorically, I guess you might say. But if you ponder just how the miracle of man's existence and all of the nerves and just how the whole body, the DNA and the cells and just the miracle that's a far beyond the miracle. I call it the miracle of bread. You think of all of the ingredients that you got to have. You got to have the earth first with soil. You got to be just the right distance from the sun for proper temperature. You've got to have the seed, obviously. You've got to have moisture at the right time to grow the wheat. You've got to have a way of harvesting that wheat, grinding it, and then making the dough. And I guess supposedly the first recorded bread was around 10,000 BC. Supposedly, that's what they say. But you got to have. I think I was at seed and harvesting, and then the dough, and then I believe some dough was in the sunshine, the warmth of the sunshine, that was left out, and it rose. The yeast made it rise, and that was, I think, an accident that they figured out. Then you've got to have an oven. You've got to have fire, a heat source, and what am I forgetting? I guess that's basically it. But you got to have a heat source and an oven, and so you think about it. There's quite a few things, quite a few little ingredients there before the actual recipe of the bread itself. But anyhow, just pondering that today. So, alrighty, you all have a good one, and God bless.